Here. See how it's done.
Ask Kelly about.
Basketball, and your home for local high school sports. 98.9 FM KQZR Parkersburg and the Falcon Activities Network, along with Brian Boozman. I'm John Molenkel coming to you from The Shed in Dyke New Hartford High School, as tonight the number 3 and 2A Appleton Parkersburg boys basketball team is getting set to take on the Monticello Panthers in the game to go to state. The Class 2A field is narrowed down to the final 6 team. Each one is 1 win away from the state tournament, and this is a night that the Falcons and their fans have been anticipating for 364 long days. And now this team has a chance to deliver its second state tournament berth in 3 years. This place is packed. Everyone is ready to see the Falcons kind of exercise those demons from last year, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And what I'm looking forward to most, I think, is the television and the YouTube to get rolling so everybody can see this place. But those of you that are listening, just imagine walking into a gym that's just expansive. It's brand new. It's been open for maybe 4 months at the most, and it is packed. The anticipation is high. Fans are still looking for seats. Our students are just going to be absolutely crazy in about 25 minutes.
We're getting set for a 7 o'clock tip-off here, and Appleton Parkersburg enters tonight with one purpose, and that's to take care of business, get back to the state tournament for the second time in 3 years. And, you know, this team has impressed all year, but it all comes down to this game. You know, the Falcons have given teams problems all season long, and now it's time to truly prove that they are among the elite in Class 2A.
No doubt about it. And you know, last year I thought Appleton Parkersburg actually peaked early. I thought they peaked about mid to late January, and then as we got closer to the tournament, the Dyke game was just nip and tuck. We had a last second shot to beat Grundy, and then weren't able to get over the hump against Jessup last year. But this year, I just have a different feel for it. The kids, you know, they ebb and flow, but as all seasons do because it's so long. But I think we were ebbing and flowing. They're a good team. They're playing tonight to go to state. We lost to them, and of course Grandview Christians are our only other loss. But I think we're ready to go. They're shooting for their 8th all-time trip down to Des Moines. What used to be the barn, and now it's the well. But this is our 8th potential trip to Des Moines.
Monticello is a state tournament regular and is seeking their 4th consecutive appearance. They've been there 3 years in a row. They put together a nice playoff run with wins over Comanche and Alburnett, and really they've been solid all year, and it's a team that has gotten a lot healthier as time has gone on. They're on a season-long 6-game win streak. This is a team with serious talent, and, you know, going to state so often like Monticello does, they know exactly how to win at these level and in these huge games like this.
Yeah, and when you've had kids who've seen other kids go to state know how much fun it is, and what it does is it builds enthusiasm, it builds excitement, especially from a younger age up. And, you know, going 4 years in a row, that's really hard to do. I don't care if it's going to the Super Bowl, going to the Final Four, whatever it is. Going 4 years in a row is tough, and they got a young man that's going to go play football at Iowa, which would tell me, 1, he's mentally tough. 2, he's a high-character guy because that's who Kirk Ferentz recruits. But 3, he's not going to want to lose tonight.
That's right. It's the first meeting between these programs in the Bound era. And like you said, AP seeks their 8th state tournament appearance. Monticello seeks their 6th in school history. The Falcons are 21-2, 1-0 on neutral courts this year, ranked number 3 in Class 2A. Their head coach is Aaron Thomas. Monticello is 16-6 overall. They're 3-0 in neutral site games this year. Their head coach is Tim Lambert, and they are not ranked in Class 2A. We got a lot to get to here on our pregame show, including an interview with head coach of the Falcons, Aaron Thomas. That's coming up when we come back live inside Dyke New Hartford High School on 98.9 KQZR, the Falcon Activities Network.
We know this is more than a farm. It's your home. It's where you inspire the next generation to help feed the world. And Greenbelt Bank and Trust is proud to support all levels of the ag process. We believe in forming personal relationships because we believe Iowa farmers are needed now more than ever. Visit greenbeltbank.com and discover how we can help your operation reach the next level of financial success.
Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate provides the service you expect. With over 50 years of experience, they are available to assist you with all your insurance and real estate needs. Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate is your local agent, helping protect what's important to you.
From paints to socks, toys to tools, Parkersburg Hardware and Garden Center has it all. Parkersburg Hardware and Garden Center, voted the world's best small-town hardware. 504 Highway 57, Parkersburg. Open 8 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 on Saturdays, and noon to 5 on Sundays.
Bayer Crop Science and the Iowa Foundation team are proud to sponsor the Falcons and our local producers. Contact the Bayer team in Parkersburg at 319-346-1800 for soybean seed production opportunities in Butler and Grundy counties for the 2023 growing season. Also visit career.bayer.us for career opportunities within Bayer. Pit Stop Auto Service and Detailing. We're called Pit Stop for a reason. When timeliness and accuracy matters, we're the best auto shop to turn to. Repairs, maintenance, and detailings are the core of our business. Stop on by our location at 108 6th Street, Parkersburg when you need to take a pit stop.
Welcome back to pregame coverage on 98.9 KQCR. I'm now joined by Appleton Parkersburg boys basketball coach Aaron Thomas ahead of this Substate final against Monticello coming up in Dike. Coach, thanks for taking a little bit of time here. Let's go back and talk about how significant that win over Jessup was this past Tuesday night. You're able to get it done 74-58. Lots of role players getting involved in that one, especially Cooper Hoff and Martez Wigley leading the way on the scoring column. Can you talk about that big win for your team on Tuesday night?
Yeah, at this stage, you know they're all big because you got to win to keep playing. And I thought our guys stepped up and did a good job. You know, Jack Miller got his, but we were able to stretch that lead and kind of pull away late. And Cooper stepped up 5 for 5, didn't miss. And Martez in the first half really created separation for us when we kind of ISO'd him. And he went to work and got to the basket. And then Nick Neroth had a big night too at 12, and Garrett, you know, got his. And all in all, it was just good so you can keep playing and you get to the Substate game and have the opportunity to compete and play tonight.
Yeah, you bet. And I have to imagine that was, you know, pretty fulfilling because just because of the fact that the depth has been something that you've hung your hat on really all season long, and to be able to see those guys step up like that when, you know, you're having an uncharacteristic night from some of your top contributors.
Yeah, and I think that's the strength of the team is, you know, within the pack, and we got a lot of different options. It can be a lot of different guys on different nights, and so that's huge for us just to have, you know, it's not relying on 1 to 2 guys to score the basketball. We got multiple guys who can do that and multiple guys who can play many different roles. And, you know, that's what's, I think, given us the success we've had is just how competitive things are at practice. Even guys who maybe don't play a ton of minutes on a lot of other teams, a lot of our other teams would have been starters or key contributors. And I just appreciate their stick-with-itness and their commitment to the team thus far.
All right, well, Monticello is a team that has been solid all season long. They're 16-6 coming into this one. It sounds like they're a team that's getting healthier as time goes on, too. What stands about them? What does Monticello bring to the table?
They got 2 really good players. Tate Peterson, their point guard, 4-year starter for him, has been dinged up. He had a bad shoulder earlier this year. He missed 4 or 5 games, but he drives the ship for him, and he's a good player. He's got a lot healthier. He's averaging still 18.5 right now, but a scorer, and he's a winner and a competitor. So we're gonna have to be ready to go and keep him out of the lane. And then their second guy and their leading scorer is Preston Reese, Iowa football commit, who's a junior, averages a double-double, gets almost 24 points a game. He gets 10.5 rebounds a game, and he's athletic, and when he gets it, he's going to push the ball, and he just kind of keeps dribbling until he can find a way to get up a shot on the inside, but he's also capable of stepping out, shooting a 3, shoots 37%, I think, on the year. So those two guys are a handful, and then they surround them with three other guys who can shoot the basketball. They don't all have a ton of big numbers, and like you said, they've had guys out throughout the year. Coach Lambert's got two sons who play, and they both do a good job. Number 15, Carson, probably a little bit better score for them. Jack, number 4, is kind of their defender, and he hangs his head on that. And then they start a freshman, Schaff kid, who's a kind of catch and shoot. And those guys, Monticello shoots, I think, the second most threes in Class 2A. They average the most makes in a game. So we shoot a lot of threes, but they shoot a lot more than we've shot. I think they've shot at like 130, 140 more threes than we have this year. So you're talking 6 to 7 more a game that they hoist up there. So long shots, long rebounds, and then we got to get hands up, contest, can't give them wide open shots.
So with an unfamiliar team like this, obviously this time of year there's a lot more film study and things like that, but would you say even more so for a team like Monticello that you're hardly ever seeing, as opposed to maybe, a team like Jessup that you played on Tuesday night?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's all new, and like I said, I've credited our coaching staff a lot. The amount of film that we've got watched and been able to go through their things and feel like we have a fairly good feel for their personnel and what it is they might run. We know we're going to have our work cut out for us without a doubt because they're skilled, but appreciate the staff and the work they've put in to make sure we are organized, ready to go for tonight.
Is there a team that maybe in the conference that you see some similarities to Monticello? Is there a team that Monticello kind of reminds you of in the conference?
Man, that they're a little bit different just because all those guys can shoot the basketball. We have a plethora of good point guards in our league. That will be comparative to what we'll see with Peterson tonight. But Preston Reese, probably similar to the Davis kid from Hudson, probably the best comparison. I'd say Reese is stronger. Davis is a little longer. But probably Hudson would be the team they'd most resemble, except maybe a little more physical out of those two guys than what Hudson is. But probably the closest, just 5 guys who can shoot it, score it, all know how to play.
You bet. Obviously a great time for AP basketball with the girls going to state. And obviously you want to win tonight, but I mean, just how significant and awesome would that be, to have the two teams going to state?
Yeah, it'd be a great experience, just great for the community. It was a lot of fun just to see, our students celebrating with our gals as they clinched in a great student section that we had up there the other night. And it just helps morale. You get to February and this time of year, it's cold, it's dark sometimes, and now we're starting to get sun and to get some wins and some positive things going. The girls going to state, hopefully us, to be able to go to state would be just a huge lift through kind of the dog days of the school year here.
And when it comes down to it, ultimate keys to victory here against Monticello.
Yeah, it's I think we got to be tough because they're a tough, hard-nosed team. We're going to have to compete, and we got to win the 50-50 balls. We got to battle on the glass. I don't think we can let Peterson and Reese, we can't let them have career nights, and then got to keep some of those shooters at bay, if that makes sense. And the fourth thing, I think, for us offensively, they're pretty good defensively. We're going to have to move without the basketball. We can't get stagnant. If we can do those things, it's going to be a dogfight, but that's what we're going to have to do to win.
All right, anything else before we get this game tipped off here tonight?
Just looking forward to it. I know, thank our people. We've sold over 400 state shirts for the girls, and hopefully we can sell some boys state shirts. And it'll be a great 2-week stretch here, but we got to get it done tonight and look forward to a great game versus a very, very good Monticello team.
All right, AP Boys basketball coach Aaron Thomas, thanks for the time and best of luck tonight.
All right, have a great call, J-Mo.
You bet. More pregame is coming up next on KQCR.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
the call. Kelly Alderts on the controls on the Falcon Activities Network. Jacob Zimmerman running things back at the Radio On The Go studio. The Appleton Parkersburg boys basketball team getting set to take on the Monticello Panthers here in the Substate 5 final. Winner of this one goes to the state tournament. Before we meet tonight's starting lineups, let's go back to Falcon head coach Aaron Thomas for his keys to victory.
We got to be tough because they're a tough, hard-nosed team. We're going to have to compete, and we got to win the 50-50 balls. We got to battle on the glass. I don't think we can let Peterson and Reese, you can't let them have career nights, and then got to keep some of those shooters at bay, if that makes sense. And the fourth thing, I think, for us offensively, they're pretty good defensively. We're going to have to move without the basketball. We can't get stagnant. If we can do those things, it's going to be a dogfight, but that's what we're going to have to do to win.
His first key there as the lights turn off in here for the intro of the starters against a team like Monticello, and I think probably more so than just about any team that AP has probably played this year, is that toughness aspect, don't you think?
Yep, and that's one thing that West Branch brought to Parkersburg last week Friday was toughness. They had a couple of kids that were really tough, and AP struggled with that a little bit because we aren't used to seeing that night in and night out. And so Monticello is going to be tough, hard-nosed kids, and it is going to come down to loose balls and little things, John, especially as we get close to the fourth quarter and things get a little tighter.
Let's meet the starters. First of all, for the designated road team, the Monticello Panthers. Number 4 is a 5'10" sophomore guard, Jack Lambert. Number 10 is a 6-foot freshman forward, Conley Shaw. Number 12 is a 6'1" senior guard, Tate Peterson. Number 15 is a 6'3" sophomore forward, Carson Lambert. And number 21 is a 6'2" junior forward, Preston Reese. And now for the home team, Appleton Parkersburg. Another adjustment to the starting lineup tonight. Number 0 is a 5'10" junior guard, Cooper Hoff. Number 2 is a 6'1" junior guard, Gavin Thomas. Number 3 is a 6'1" senior guard, Garrett Hempel. Number 12 is a 5'9" junior guard, Nick Newroth. And number 35 is a 6'4" senior forward, Martez Wigley. And once again, the head coach of the Falcons is Aaron Thomas. It's just about time for tonight's opening tip-off, but we'll have the national anthem right now. And the opening tip-off is coming up next in Dyke.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand. The privilege of this game was made possible by those who have fought and those that continue to fight for the freedoms we enjoy. Let us honor our country and respect their efforts by removing armed caps, standing at attention, placing our hands over our hearts as we proudly play our national anthem. Tonight, the national anthem will be performed by Appleton Parkersburg's mixed double quartet consisting of Lindsay Hart, Caitlin Kolsch, Shayla Barrett, Brooklyn Schneiderman, Johan Carney, Camden Hoppenworth, Drew Ogle, and Jace Prusner.
We're back live inside the Dyke New Hartford High School Gymnasium. The national anthem was performed tonight by a group of AP vocal music students. John Mowinkle and Brian Boozman back with you inside what some people call the field house, some people call it the shed. Either way, it's the site for tonight's Substate final between number 3 and 2A Appleton Parkersburg and the Monticello Panthers. Any final thoughts from you before we get this one rolling tonight?
The only thought I have, John, is Substate basketball is the best basketball in the state. I'd take 10 Substate games over one state tournament game. You don't get a feel like this down at the well. This is lights out right here.
And the ball is in the air, and the opening tip-off is controlled by Monticello. They will move it from left to right as we see it from our broadcast location in the top row inside the Dike New Hartford High School Gymnasium.
Nobody in the lane. It's 4 out. Nobody in the lane. They're just running 4 out, cutting and passing.
Here's a baseline drive and a jumper, but an offensive foul is called. It's Carson Lambert on the drive along the baseline, but Monticello turns it over to AP on the opening possession of the game, and the Falcons with an opportunity to strike first. It's a whiteout theme for the Falcons student section tonight, but at halftime they're going to switch to a red out. Here comes Newroth into the front court, terminates the dribble at the wing right side. Hempen holds it overhead and fires a pass left to Thomas, drives it into the lane, through traffic, stops and pops, no good off the rim. Rebound is chased down and controlled by Hempen, and a foul on the Panthers.
2 team fouls on Monticello already, and we are 34 seconds into the ball game.
Monticello is the designated road team tonight, wearing black jerseys with the red numbers and text and white outlines. Falcons are the designated home team, wearing the white jerseys with the medieval-ish or cursive APHS text. Here's a free throw line jumper by Thomas, missed it off the rim. Rebound goes to Monticello.
Both teams in man-to-man right now.
Lambert into the front court, hands it off up top to Tate Peterson. He is one of their leading scorers on the season. He nearly loses his dribble. And back up top, here comes a 3-ball, missed it short. Rebound in the lane, it goes to the Panthers, and the putback is missed by Lambert. But it's a foul on AP, and 2 free throws coming up for Monticello, a chance for them to strike first.
Like I talked about the other night, when teams shoot 3-pointers, and you can have inside position, but it doesn't matter. It's hard to get the rebound because you don't know where the ball's going. We were out of position, they got the rebound, now they're going to the line.
Jack Lambert at the free throw line hits the first free throw, and Monticello leads it 1-0.
So Monticello is the top 3-point shooting team in 2A with 210 makes this year. So shooting threes for them is not going to be out of the ordinary.
And the second free throw by Lambert is good. Hits them both. Those were just his 5th and 6th free throw attempts of the season. Into the front court come the Falcons. It's 2-0 Panthers. Up top, it's Wigley. Takes one dribble and hands it off to Hempen. Dribbles it to the elbow left side. Back behind for Wigley. Spins left block. Rises up.
That was a nice move.
Shot is good.
So they're running the weave out right out of the hopper, running the weave to get the defense to slide from side to side.
We're tied up at 2. Drive down to the lane and a blocking foul on AP.
Okay, if it's on Martez, it's 2. Kai Rottinghouse is going. Yeah, it's Martez Wigley with 1 minute, 29 seconds into the game, 2 fouls. Interesting fact about Kai Rottinghouse, Tuesday night in the game against Jessup, got an elbow early, was bleeding, broken nose.
That's some toughness playing with a broken nose here. Not even wearing like a mask either. And there's an offensive foul on the Panthers.
2 charges.
This goes on Tate Peterson. And that's their 3rd team foul here within the first minute and a half of the game.
Will Hodges into the game for Cooper.
So Hodges comes into the lineup for the Falcons.
I look for they're going to do the weave again to try to get Garrett the ball moving. I called it the jet sweep of basketball, but it's very similar.
You bet. Newroth gets it to Hodges in the wing right side. Dribbles it with a left hand, hand off Hempen. Runs down right to the lane, layup is no good. Rebound to the Panthers. And it's hauled in by Preston Reese.
Boy, he's a good looking athlete, isn't he?
That he is. That's that future Iowa Hawkeye we were talking about.
Yep.
Dude's got some serious thickness to it.
I will like him after tonight because I'm a Hawkeye fan, but tonight I kind of want the Falcons to persevere.
Panthers with the basketball, 15 on the shot clock. It's Peterson dribbling it, gets it left, and a 3-ball is blocked by Rottinghouse.
That's interesting.
Foul. It's going to be 3 free throws coming up for Monticello.
Yeah, the shot was blocked, and then Kai's momentum carried him into the shooter. Coach Thomas is going to have to look out, as I mentioned in the pregame.
And that's the first foul on Kai Rottinghouse. The Falcons with 3 team fouls already. And the first free throw is good.
So our 2 postmen, Kai and Martez, have 3 fouls, and we're 2 minutes and some odd seconds into the game.
I guess the good news from that standpoint is that Monticello also has 3. Second free throw good as well. It's Conley Schaff at the free throw line.
So they haven't scored a field goal yet, all from the line.
74% at the line this year are the Panthers, and the third free throw is good. They haven't missed one. 5-2 is the Monticello lead. 5:40 to go here in the first quarter, and here comes Hodges across the timeline.
Here we go. Going to get Garrett the ball moving in space. There it is.
Jet sweep down the right
That's
side
good.
of the lane, and a foul on Monticello again.
And if they're going to continue to play man, Appleton and Parkersburg continue to run that play. It's really hard to stop a player when they're already in moving, especially with Garrett the way he can handle the ball.
Yeah. At this rate, both teams are going to be in the bonus before the end of the first quarter.
Yeah. So some interesting stats. Appleton and Parkersburg second in the state in free throw percentage at 73.7. That guy on the line right there shoots just short of 90%.
Yep. It's an easy calculation because coming into this game, he was 87 of 100. So 87%, a little bit more now, and he makes them both. He makes it a 5-4 game. And here come the Panthers into the front court. 5:23 to go in the first quarter. Monticello with the basketball, 1-point lead. Here comes a corner three from the right side. No good off the rim.
Good rebound by Kai.
Rising up for the board. The three was missed by Lambert. Here come the Falcons in transition. Bounce to the corner with Thomas. Back out to a wide open Cooper Hoff. Three ball is missed. Rebound chased down by
nice
Monticello.
shot.
It's Preston Reese chasing it down, and he is their leading scorer as well. Just over 23 points per game on the season.
Got to be one of the state leaders.
Yep. It's more than anyone on the Falcons' averages.
So Appleton and Parkersburg switched to a 2-3 zone out of their man-to-man. I think more for foul trouble than anything, but it also helps identify shooters.
It's Ian Temple into the game. Baseline drive. He's got the ball. Rises up. And it's blocked by Rottinghouse.
Guy Rottinghouse might be the difference tonight with his height.
Here comes Thomas between the legs. Down to the block left side. Looks to kick it out and tosses it up for Neurath. Back to Thomas. Thought about the three. Now a shovel pass out to Hodges. Thought about the three, then he pops it up. No good.
Getting good open shots.
Here comes Monticello back down the other way. A low-scoring game so far. Just 5-4 is the Panther lead. Monticello heading straight into the Falcon student section right now. Around the perimeter, it's Schaff with it, and they bounce it down and back out. Lambert pops up a three ball. Good. And it's 8-4 Monticello. Into the front court comes Appleton Parkersburg. In the lane, Hempen couldn't get it to fall on the floater. And the rebound to Monticello.
Those are shots the Falcons are going to have with Garrett going to the basket. Tipping,
right.
And he'll start hitting those. We just got to get everybody settled down. 8-4 with 3:34 to go in the quarter.
Monticello with the basketball, looking to extend their lead here. They bounce it back to Schaff. Cross-court pass nearly goes out of bounds. Now down to the block. Turnaround, Reese throws it in the lane, and it's taken away by Thomas. The Falcons with their first takeaway of the game. Gavin out to Neurath.
Come on, Garrett.
Hemme into the lane, rises up, floater.
There it
good.
is.
Got it to bounce down through.
Well, for the last 4 years, we've needed Garrett Hempen to roll, and tonight we're going to need him more than ever.
Amen. 8-6 Monticello. Just under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. In the wing right side, now they bounce it down to Reese. Fires up a corner three, knocks it down, and it's 11-6.
It's okay, and you can live with that right now. You can live with that, just living and dying by the three. We're okay.
Hodges up top, calls for a screen. Now into the lane, kick out to Neurath. Catch and shoot corner three, too strong. Rebound Monticello.
Falcons are 0 for 4 from the arc.
And you know that Monticello is a great three-point shooting team.
And we are first in the state in three-point percentage at 41.5%.
Wow.
Coming into tonight.
Straight on three
tipped.
again, and it's good. Jack Lambert.
I just saw Coach mention we're going to switch back to a man-to-man. 2-3 was good for a little bit, but he's going to have to switch in and out of that.
Monticello leads it 14-6. Just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Hempen into the paint. His floater rattles in.
There's a jet sweep. We got to run it. Just continue to run that until they make some adjustments.
It's going to be money 90% of the time. 14-8 now the score. Falcons needing a stop here defensively. Down to $1:50 to go in the first quarter. They throw it down the floor to Reese. Banging bodies with the Rottinghouse. Too strong off the backboard. Rebound Hodges. One arm pass goes to Thomas, and the Falcons with a chance to slice the deficit here even more. Thomas to Hodges, into the lane, kicks to the corner. Neuroth wide open, 3-ball, too short. Offensive board, Rottinghouse rips it away.
Good defense, good rebound.
3-ball, it's Thomas. Let's go!
Baby!
14-11. The Falcons back to within one possession.
Get a trap.
Hodges is hounding his defender over along the sideline. Wide open man in the lane, and he's quickly covered up. Monticello keeping it around the perimeter here. Nearly a steal up top by Thomas. Monticello crowd wanted a foul. Bounce down, out of bounds, and it was last touched by AP.
All right, so I'll tell you the adjustment Appleton Parkersburg made. They're still in their 2-3 zone, but what they did is they went to a 32 half-court trap to try to get the ball out of their point guard's hand, and then it also helps us to be able to recover defensively to find shooters.
All right, so Monticello will have 11 seconds on the shot clock here on this possession. They bounce it into the corner, where it goes to Lambert, brings it up to the wing. Shot clock at 6, and now it's back up to Peterson.
They're not going to get a shot off.
3 seconds, heaves one up, and it's missed from 3-point range. Rebound chased down by Hodges. Falcons down by 3, 43 seconds left in the first. And Hodges has it. Hand off to Thomas, drives down to the lane, and a foul on the floor is called. So this will be against Monticello, and the Falcons will inbound and a fresh 35 second shot clock.
That's their 5th team foul.
Brady Gogol checks in for the Panthers. Jack Eddy comes in for the Falcons. Cooper Hoff back in as well. Inbounded Thomas, 3-ball for the tie. Good!
Gavin is on fire.
And we're all tied up at 14. It's an 8-0 run for the Falcons.
I was just going to say 8-0 run. It was 14-6.
20 seconds left first quarter. And that brings the student section to life. See if the Falcons can get another stop here at the end of the quarter. Schaaf has it and fires it down to Reese. Out around the perimeter. It's loose ball, picked up by Monticello with 3 seconds. Bounce down to the lane, Reese puts it in, and there's the buzzer. It's Monticello 16, Appleton Parkersburg 14, as we head to the second quarter here in this Substate game in Dyke.
Coach, 62. First down. We're doing this so that the kids can continue to play like we used to enjoy.
Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate provides the service you expect. With over 50 years of experience, they are available to assist you with all your insurance and real estate needs. Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate is your local agent, helping protect what's important to you.
We're back live inside the Dyke New Hartford High School Gymnasium. It's Monticello 16, Appleton Parkersburg 14 as we start the second quarter of this Substate final. John Mowinkle, Brian Boozman with it here. Back and forth we go. Lob it down for Rottinghouse. He went for the tap in, but it wasn't on target. Falcons keep the possession though on the offensive rebound.
There's a set play coming out of the quarter.
Hodges crossover.
Here it is, a jet sweep.
Hempen down right of the lane and brings it back out. Hodges up top of the key, hands off to Hemme. Little shimmy shake into the lane, floater too short. Rebound Monticello. Oh, and a foul from behind on Hempen. Just kind of got caught up in the wrong place at the wrong time as Peterson kind of put on the brakes and Hempen just ran into him.
It's 16-14. We're doing just fine. Garrett's missed a lot of easy shots, which they're going to start falling. I think we're going to be fine as we get rolling down into the second quarter.
Bunch of other Substate games tonight. West Lyon and Western Christian are tied up at 17 after the first quarter. That one taking place at MOC Floyd Valley. As the Panthers with the basketball right now. It's Schaaf up top and they get it to the left.
So Appleton and Parkersburg switched defenses again to a man-to-man.
Schaaf drives along the baseline. Tries bouncing it out of and it's kicked by the Falcons, so it'll stay with Monticello. Also, it's Kemper Catholic leading Sioux Central 18-12. That one taking place at OABCIG. Roland Story is playing Hudson in an 8 o'clock game in Marshalltown because Gladbrook Rhinebeck is playing Lindenville. So here's a block shot by Rottinghouse. Straight on 3-ball Monticello, no good. And the offensive board goes to Lambert.
Travel.
And it's a travel call on the Panthers. So the Falcons will get it back. Other Substate games tonight, Lake Mills is playing MFL Marmac at Charles City. Pella Christian is taking on West Burlington in Oskaloosa. AHSTW is playing at ADM against Des Moines Christian, and Central Lyon is taking on Trainer, and that's at Sioux City East. Trainer leads that 26-20 after the first quarter, by the way. Here comes a straight on three. It's
Will Hodges.
17-16 Falcons.
We've hit a lot of threes, and you know who hasn't hit one? Cooper Hoff hasn't hit one yet, and that guy can light up. There's another one.
Missed by Monticello with Shaw. Rebound goes to the Falcons. Thomas racing it into the front court. Stops, pops, 3-ball, too short. Rebound tapped around, and it's out of bounds.
Good hustle by Cooper.
No doubt about that. By the way, Central Lyon, the #1 team, they were trailing by 6 after the first quarter, so could affect some state tournament seeding if they end up losing that one.
It's kind of what happened last year is the top teams tumbled, and then they had to do an upside the apple cart going into the tournament.
Monticello with the basketball. Appleton Parkersburg leads at 17-16. And they have it still. It's Reese. Drives in on Hoff, and they kick it back out. Here's a Schaff 3-ball, and he hits it. Raining threes right now here at night.
It is.
Conley Schaff with 9 points for the Panthers so far. 19-17 Monticello. Bounce down to Hempen from the right block. His floater is missed again. Offensive board Rottinghouse.
There it is.
Cooper Hoff the three. Let's go!
Cooper Hoff, just as we talked about earlier. The silent assassin, Cooper Hoff.
Monticello will now try for the answer. They dribble it left and get it up top to Shaw. Lambert in the right side holds it overhead, feeds it into Reese, back to Lambert along the baseline. And it's a steal by Hodges. Another takeaway. That's the third Monticello turnover. Will down to the lane.
Yeah!
And the foul takes it all the way coast to coast. The hoop and the horn for Hodges.
If you put all 10 guys on the baseline and had them run a 90-foot race, #1's going to win it. That guy is quick.
That he is. And a chance to extend the lead to 2 possessions here. Student section waving their fingers. And the free throw is no good. Rebound Monticello. It's Carson Lambert hauling in the board, and they'll bring it across the timeline. 22-19 is the Falcon lead, just under 5 minutes to go second quarter.
Man-to-man defense for the Falcons. Cooper's got quite an assignment down there.
Yeah, he does. Dude's got, here's a 3-ball missed by Monticello. That was Schaff. Rebound Falcons. Newroth racing it into the front court. Takes it all the way to the rack.
Boy, nice Euro step. Timeout, Monty.
And the Falcon fans rise up to their feet. It's a full timeout, so we will take it as well. 4:36 to play in the second quarter. Appleton Parkersburg 24, Monticello.
We know this is more than a farm. It's your home. It's where you inspire the next generation to help feed the world. And Greenbelt Bank and Trust is proud to support all levels of the ag process. We believe in forming personal relationships because we believe Iowa farmers are needed now more than ever. Visit greenbeltbank.com and discover how we can help your operation reach the next level of financial success.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun.
We're back live inside the Dike New Hartford High School Gymnasium. It's Appleton Parkersburg 24, Monticello 19. 4:36 to go till halftime, and it's the Panthers with a basketball. Gladbrook Rhinebeck leads Linville Sully 23-19 at the half in that 1A Substate down in Marshalltown.
Boy, Nick Nuroth, Connor's his brother, sorry. Nick Nuroth is just being a complete bulldog out there on the, all over him.
Here comes Reese, spins on Hoff with the right block, throws it up top. And now it's Shaw, back down to Reese, 9 to shoot.
It's going to be a charge.
And he puts his defender on the floor. Cooper Hoff with a fist bump as he hits the floor.
Like I mentioned in the pregame, John, you know, it's going to be an offensive foul here that could be a tide turner, and that might help the Falcons getting another offensive foul on them.
And what's this Al Kearns quote that you had?
Little things, well, in big games it comes down to little things like that. That's a little thing, but this is a big game.
Here's Nuroth, holds it overhead and fires it right to Rottinghouse. Falcons with a basketball and a 5-point lead. Shimmy shake by Hampton and a pass to Hoff. Round the horn, back to Hemme.
Got to be patient. 14 on the shot clock, plenty of time.
Nuroth, a baseline drive. Into the lane.
Wow, he put a little English on that shot.
That he did. And he went right up against the 6'3" Carson Lambert and Nick Nuroth with 4 points tonight. 26-19 AP. The Falcons with an opportunity to really stretch the advantage here. Need a nice run to close out this first half. Monticello with a basketball. 26-19 is the Falcon lead. Around the perimeter, here's a 3-ball. No good off the rim. And the rebound to Garrett Hampton. And a foul on Monticello. The Panthers are going cold from three-point range here in the second quarter.
So Appleton Parkersburg's really turned up the heat defensively. I think Peterson might be hurt. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he hasn't played in quite a few minutes here.
He's got something on his knee, and
now he's back in. You're talking about number 12?
Oh, Reese, sorry. Reese just went to the locker room.
That'll be big for AP if he doesn't play. And it's Hempett at the free throw line, as reliable as ever. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good.
You know, it's interesting. Sometimes in big games like this, role players are the people you least expect. Sometimes are the dagger. Their leading scorer is Schaff with 10. He's had 109 points all year.
Yeah.
And then we got Nick Nuroth, who isn't typically known as the scorer, but he's carried the load in the last couple minutes.
Falcons lead at 28-19. Just over 3 minutes to go till halftime. Out to the corner. They get it handed off once again to Temple. Nuroth, some tight defense on Peterson up top. And they get it back to Temple, down to the corner right side with Lambert. Baseline drive, spins on Hodges.
Well, that defense is unbelievable right now. They are not getting an open look.
Here comes Temple, spins it on Nuroth, 5 to shoot. Now 3 to shoot. They got to heave up a 3, and it's airballed. And it's out of bounds to AP.
That's the best defensive possession Appleton Parkersburg has played all year. They're switching on screens, so anytime somebody screens, they just switch. We're able to do that because we're long and athletic. Sometimes it's hard to do that, but that's causing havoc for Monticello because they aren't able to get open shots.
Jack Eddy back into the game for AP. So the 5 on the floor are Eddy, Hodges, Hempen, Nuroth, and Thomas. 2.5 to play till halftime. Thomas in the lane, kicks it out to Nuroth. Monty crowd wanted to travel. Here's Hodges up top, between the legs at the free throw line, spins, kicks it out to the corner, and he traveled with it.
It's the right call.
That's AP's first turnover of the game.
Will had a little happy feet there. So, John, this is our last Trimulcast of the year.
Yep.
So we're on radio, KQCR. We're on the Falcon YouTube channel. We're on Dumont Television. 665 viewers right now.
And that's just on the
That's
YouTube.
just on the YouTube.
And the Monticello crowd is desperately calling for a foul on AP.
Oh,
here's a tip
boy.
by Hodges. He's got an open path to the bucket. Oh, and it's missed. Monticello gets the rebound. And it's going to be an offensive foul.
Their coach may want to calm down.
What a flurry of events. It's an offensive foul on Monticello.
I'm not sure how Will missed that layup, if somebody tipped it or he just went underneath and got too close to the basket. And then there was a flurry.
Yeah, and you're right, Monticello's coach is out on the floor right now. And yeah, like you said, he should probably be a little careful, I guess. A minute 48 till halftime. Falcons with the ball and Garrett travels.
It was the right call.
It's getting tense in here.
Both
crowds are getting into it.
And so are the kids, but you just need to come into the lane, do a jump stop, make your pass, or make your shot.
Monticello brings it into the front court here with a minute 40 till halftime. The Falcons lead it 28-19, and it's a foul on the floor on AP. And this one's on Nick Newroth.
You could see it coming about 2 possessions ago that he was really riding him. So I think the officials, and good officials right now, would make a statement, make the call, get things calmed down, and not let it get out of control.
Panthers with the basketball. Out in the corner, it's Peterson, brings it up. Down to the left of the lane, stops at the block, backs it out, rises up, mid-range jumper is good.
Nice move. So we got Will Staggy in here.
Tate Peterson with his first bucket of the game. That's their second leading scorer on Monticello.
AP has 0 postmen in there.
And another travel on AP. That's 3 in a row.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, but Colin's a lot closer than I was. But we have no postmen out there right now, so it's sometimes it's, well, there goes, we're going to get Kai in there. It's hard to run your offense when you're used to having a post, and now you don't have your, what I would call your anchor.
Yeah, Will Stagel was in the game momentarily. Now the 5 on the floor are Thomas, Hempen, Rottinghouse, Hoff, and Newroth. A minute 13 till halftime. It's Appleton Parkersburg 28, Monticello 21. Monticello has only scored 5 points here in this second quarter.
And Appleton Parkersburg's at 14, so 14-5 in the second quarter. 1 minute to go.
Panthers with the ball. Peterson throws it left to Temple. Back up to Peterson, who dribbles it with the right hand. Nearly got it picked away by Hempen. Shimmy shake now between the legs, takes it into the lane. Step back jumper, good from the free throw line.
Nice step back by Peterson.
49 seconds till halftime. The Panthers back to within 5. Here's a alley-oop for Rottinghouse. Rises up and the layup is good. Maybe not exactly how they drew it up, and the Falcons will take it.
End result was good. Got a lockdown on D here.
A 3-second difference between the clocks. 27 on the game clock.
Their fans are worked up.
Yep. Here's Peterson at the midcourt Wolverine logo.
And Appleton and Parkersburg is really bodying them up every time they get the ball. I think they're getting a little bit frustrated with that, and they're trying to double team him to get the ball out of his hands.
Peterson into the lane. Reese, 3 balls blocked by Newroth. It's out of bounds, and 3 seconds on the shot clock for Monticello.
Smallest guy on the court got the block.
One of the biggest guys on the court as well. So 6 on the game clock, 3 on the shot clock. Monticello to inbound from right underneath the bucket. Lob it in, it's caught, and the runner is missed. Offensive rebound on the floor, picked up by Monticello. Logo shot at the buzzer, it's no good. And that brings us to halftime. Appleton Parkersburg has stormed back. They lead Monticello 30-23 as we head to halftime at Dyke in the Substate Final.
Bayer Crop Science and the Iowa Foundation team are proud to sponsor the Falcons and our local producers. Contact the Bayer team in Parkersburg at 319-346-1800 for soybean seed production opportunities in Butler and Grundy counties for the 2023 growing season. Also visit career.bayer.us for career opportunities within Bayer.
Keep up to speed with Velocity Rewards Checking from Greenbelt Bank and Trust. Earn high interest with our best checking account rate available on balances up to $25,000. Receive your monthly statement electronically, use your debit card 10 times per month, and have 1 automatic payment or debit each cycle. Open your account today with Greenbelt Bank and Trust. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate provides the service you expect. With over 50 years of experience, they are available to assist you with all your insurance and real estate needs. Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate is your local agent, helping protect what's important to you.
Pit Stop Auto Service and Detailing. We're called Pit Stop for a reason. When timeliness and accuracy matters, we're the best auto shop to turn to. Repairs, maintenance, and detailings are the core of our business. Stop on by our location at 108 6th Street, Parkersburg when you need to take a pit stop.
We've got a phenomenal staff, and they're very committed to not just our 360 some schools, but the 70,000 male athletes that we provide programs for. That's what we try to keep in focus as much as possible, and that keeps us going. That's the fuel that kind of makes that train run.
Been with the Athletic Association 22 years, currently one of the assistant directors under Mr. Keating, and serve in the capacity working with our student outreach services, and also am the bowling administrator, former golf administrator, and then work with our corporate sponsors and advertisers with regard to association publications, website.
So currently I'm the administrator for football, swimming, and track and field. As part of that, it's helping schools and officials with rules interpretations, organizing the state events at our different venues, communicating with officials, hiring officials, and assigning officials for the postseason competition.
I'm the director of officials, and then I'm also the sport administrator for wrestling and golf.
I help manage all the officials in the state of Iowa, make sure they're fully registered and have all their stuff completed prior to the season's beginning and the postseason.
Right now I oversee the administrative sports of basketball and soccer.
So assistant director here at State Association. I'm a sports administrator for cross country, tennis, and baseball. I do our student advisory group, and I'm one of the 3 directors that helps with eligibility.
I am an administrative assistant here at the Iowa High School Athletic Association. I help out with the enrollment and beds and participation survey and the co-op sharing agreements for schools.
My position's evolved because our communication method has switched completely online from a print or driven organization that had its own print shop to now ADs online, supers online, fans online, parents online, students online. Everybody wants to see everything, so our website became our priority. Social media exploded because it had to. We've had to digitize our operations, and so as communications director, that means coming up with a lot of new things and new ways to do things.
Internal employee type things, benefits, payrolls, things like that. I do the internal financial statements.
I assist in the accounting department, so I assist Jess as the director of finance. So I deal with all our accounts receivables and our accounts payables, and I am also assisting her with the online ticketing program, Hometown Ticketing.
I specialize kind of in the student leadership realm and help Chad with some of his workshops and registration behind the scenes. I line up meals at tournaments, hotel rooms, that kind of thing for our board. I'm just kind of the one that learns a little bit of everything and helps wherever I can.
I do all the design work, and then of course print the programs and anything else that needs printed.
I think my primary roles are vision. Where do we want to go? What do we want to be to our schools and our young people? Also, be the public face of the Athletic Association, be the connection between this office and the general public.
I think people often have a misconception of how many people are in this building. I mean, even people in Boone don't understand, no, there's only 14 of us.
When you're a staff of our size, we've got to work together. You can't be in a silo, just kind of hunker down on your part of this. We've got to bounce things off of each other. We have to collaborate. We've got to share ideas, and we've got to jump in and help where we're needed. We've got a leadership meeting every week, and we make sure we go through everything and anything that we should be discussing and trying to figure out how are we going to do this. We have a lot of fun doing what we're doing. Why wouldn't we? We're around sports all day.
For me, it's important because I feel like I'm helping a child. I have a child with high anxiety, and this makes a difference to a child like her. And so it's really cool to be a part of that.
But when the other states look at us and see the programs that we run, see how we run them, I think they say, Iowa does it pretty well.
Who's the score of that, actually? Roland Story and Hudson are yet to tip off. They're going to tip off at 8 o'clock, so about 25 minutes away from that. Lake Mills and MFL Marmac. Not seeing a score update from there as of yet. Pella Christian and West Burlington are tied up at 26. That one's in Oskaloosa. AHSTW is playing Des Moines Christian, and it's 18-13 Des Moines Christian at the half in that one. And Central Lyon leads Trainer 46-39 at the half over in Sioux City. 46-39. That's quite the barn burner, isn't it?
that's a heck of a score.
Also, Gladbrook Rhinebeck in the NICL leads Linville Sully 45-37. They're just underway in the fourth quarter of that one.
You know, we saw Grandview Christian, and we called the GR game. GR's, other than Appleton and Parkersburg, GR and Grandview Christian, those are the three best teams I've seen this year. So I'm sure, I hope that GR can make it.
Right. And then Wapsie Valley is playing North Lynn. It's North Lynn 38-24 at the half. All right, so we got about 2.5 minutes before we start the third quarter here. Again, it's Appleton Parkersburg 30, Monticello 23. Second half is next from Dyke on 98.9 KQCR, the Falcon Activities Network.
We know this is more than a farm. It's your home. It's where you inspire the next generation to help feed the world. And Greenbelt Bank and Trust is proud to support all levels of the ag process. We believe in forming personal relationships because we believe Iowa farmers are needed now more than ever. Visit greenbeltbank.com and discover how we can help your operation reach the next level of financial success.
Pit Stop Auto Service and Detailing. We're called Pit Stop for a reason. When timeliness and accuracy matters, we're the best auto shop to turn to. Repairs, maintenance, and detailings are the core of our business. Stop on by our location at 108 6th Street, Parkersburg when you need to take a pit stop.
Sportsmanship means doing what's right, treating your opponent with respect, no matter the score.
The guy across from you works really hard to get to where he's at, so you should respect him, respect all the work he's put in.
It always goes back to the golden rule, you know, treat people how you would like to be treated.
I'm sure if you play sports, you've been around people who are unkind during the sport, but it makes it better and when everybody's kind. You're out there playing a sport, you're out there to have fun. You can still want to win, but always be kind. Remember, that's a human.
Nothing you can say from the stands is going to change the call that they make on the field. No matter how hard you yell at them, they're going to stick with the call on the field. So it doesn't really help much. But what does help is encouraging your team when they're down, when the call doesn't go their way. Instead of yelling at the officials, try to help encourage your team and get them out of the funk that they're in, and try and get them in the right direction.
Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate provides the service you expect. With over 50 years of experience, they are available to assist you with all your insurance and real estate needs. Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate is your local agent, helping protect what's important to you.
Monticello 23. Substate final. Winner this one goes to the state tournament. Well, as far as keys to the second half for Appleton Parkersburg, probably getting Martez Wigley involved a little bit, don't you think?
Yeah, he played a minute and a half in the first half, and we scored 30 points. So, yeah, getting him involved. And quite honestly, John, big games like this are going to come down to defense and who can get more stops in a row typically, but we'll see what happens.
Panthers with the basketball as the teams switch sides. We get rolling here in the second half. Here's Reese spinning in on a double team of Hoff and Wigley. Leaves a shooter wide open. 3-ball missed by Schaaf. Rebound is tapped to Hoff. Falcons in transition here. And Thomas throws it up to Hempentop at the key. Spins with the elbow. Into the lane. Hemme takes it to the rack. And gets it to bounce down through.
That's that same play to start the first half as we did the second. The jet sweep to the G-force.
Garrett now the first in double figures in this game. He's got 10. 32-23 is the Falcon lead. Up top, here comes a 3-ball by Peterson. Missed off the rim. Rebound's tapped high in the air, and it goes back to the Panthers.
They aren't afraid to launch, are they?
No, they are not. A dangerous three-point shooting team. Kick to the corner, wide open three-ball Lambert. Too short. Oh, but it bounced on the rim and down through.
So that's the adjustment they made, like I thought they would at halftime, is they're going to go into the post to Reese, and then they're going to let him kind of be the facilitator from down there because they aren't able to establish anything out front.
32-26. The Falcons are seeking their 8th state tournament appearance overall, and their 2nd in 3 years. Hand off to Hempen. Takes it into the lane. Underhand shot too short. Rebound Panthers. And as Peterson dribbling it down the floor. And they fire it forward to Reese. Spins the block left side. Too strong on the layup. Rebound tap back to the Panthers. Monticello seeking their 6th tournament appearance.
There's 2 3-pointers in a row for them. So their adjustment has worked for them by having Reese facilitate.
And
AP's going to have to make some adjustments.
It's Jack Lambert again. Runner missed by Wigley. That was way off the mark. Rebound Monticello, and we got a whistle.
There's his 3rd foul. 1 minute, 50 seconds into the 3rd quarter.
And he's replaced by Kai Rottinghouse. Well, the Falcons are going to have to dig deep here when your X-Factor players is in some foul trouble.
6-2 so far in the 3rd quarter for Monticello. 2 threes.
And that's after AP outscored Monticello 16-7 in the 2nd quarter. Here comes Peterson, bounces it out to the wing. Reese with a 3-ball for the tie. Too strong. Rebound goes to Rottinghouse. Hempen nearly ripped it away from him. And here comes Neuroth into the front court. Spins the wing right side. Now Hemi into the lane. Stops, bounces it out to Hoff. 3-ball. Too strong off the rim. And it bounces out of bounds to Monticello.
Will Hodges in the game. Coming in for Cooper.
What do you think with Martez Wigley? You think he sits the rest of the 3rd here? Go to the come in to start the 4th, you think?
I'm not gonna say anything. It probably depends how this quarter goes.
Yeah. Okay. 5.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 32-29 is the Falcon lead. Here's a 3 for the tie. Too strong. Rebound Neuroth. Man, he just raced in, and it's a jump ball.
It was a jump ball.
So Neuroth kind of swung his head back and inadvertently headbutted Jack Lambert.
Who, former Pittsburgh, he's not a former Pittsburgh Steeler, but Jack Lambert was a heck of a linebacker for the Steelers.
All right.
So, I'm going to give a quick history lesson about Appleton and Parkersburg. 1992-93, we had the Substate team. 93-94, we lost to Hudson. Then they won 5 in a row, John, from 95, 96, 96, 97, 97, 98, 3 in a row. 3 years in a row we were at the state tournament. Then we went in 03 and 04. And then 14-15 we played New Hampton. 17-18 we beat Garner Hayfield. 20-21 beat Denver. And then last year we lost to Jessup. So looking for the 8th state tournament appearance.
Neuroth must have gotten a tooth to the back of the head.
It looks like a complete V on the back of his neck with yes. You got Miss Eddie looking at him. Looks like he's pointing at the top of his head as well. I think he's bleeding down there is what's happening.
Here comes a corner 3 by Hoff. Rims out. Rebound Monticello. And again, a chance for Monticello to tie with a 3. 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Jack Lambert's out too, John. He's really shaken up down there, and looked like his cheek.
Straight on 3 by Monty. Rims in and out and back in. Ian Temple ties it up.
If we don't score, and I think Coach Thomas will get a timeout here pretty quick.
And the Falcons just turned it over. That's the Monticello crowd making noise now.
Yep. 32-32.
Down to 4:40 to play in the 3rd quarter.
9-2 run to start the 2nd half.
Monticello with the basketball. A bucket gives them the lead. Temple up top. Hands it off the midcourt logo. Now they get it down to Peterson. Drives along the baseline. Spins the lane. Layup is missed. Rebound Rottinghouse.
Falcons need to slow down, set up an offense, and get a good shot. Once again, we have Kai Rottinghouse in the middle.
Here comes Hempen, down right of the lane. Hodges sidestep to the defender and brings it back out to the wing. Now into the lane, kick out to Hoff. Catch and shoot 3-ball for the lead. Rims out.
Rebound ice cold.
Spinning in the lane and a foul on Hoff. It's on the floor. As Tate Peterson was down there spinning in the paint.
Timeout. I figured one was coming if we didn't score in that possession.
It's a full timeout. Monticello and Appleton Parkersburg all tied up at 32. Here with 3:52 to play in the third in Dyke.
From paints to socks, toys to tools, Parkersburg Hardware and Garden Center has it all. Parkersburg Hardware and Garden Center, voted the world's best small-town hardware. 504 Highway 57, Parkersburg. Open 8 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 on Saturdays, and noon to 5 on Sundays.
Pit Stop Auto Service and Detailing. We're called Pit Stop for a reason. When timeliness and accuracy matters, we're the best auto shop to turn to. Repairs, maintenance, and detailings are the core of our business. Stop on by our location at 108 6th Street, Parkersburg when you need to take a pit stop.
Kai's more of a defensive player, a rebounder, not much on offense. And right now we need somebody that can score. I would say if...
We'll come back here, right away. 3:52 to play in the third quarter. It's Appleton, Parkersburg, and Monticello all tied up here at 32. Inside the Dyke New Hartford High School Jimmys, it's a steal by Thomas. One-on-one, Thomas to the rack, puts it in, and the foul.
It was a heck of a take by Gavin.
Falcons back in front, and a chance to extend the lead to 3 at the free throw line.
So from that flurry that happened under the basket, Jack Lambert's down on the bench with an ice pack on his head, and Nick Neuroth has since left the court to go to the training room.
And the free throw by Thomas is good. Because the two players collided heads, and then Neuroth had blood running down the back of his head. So here's Peterson out to the corner, and they swing it around the perimeter. Here's Schaaf, holds it overhead, bounce it down into the lane to Reese. Works it in on Hoff, rises up, hook shot, good with the right hand.
Tough shot. You find out who your leaders are this time of the year and this time of the game. Gamers will come out to play tonight.
Hempin with a three ball, good!
Just when we needed one.
Garrett Hempin, see if he can take control here in this one. Falcons on top by 4, and it's a foul on Monticello.
So it's a moving screen. He kind of, he thought he was set, but he kind of stuck his hip out a little bit as Will was going by.
Monticello gives it back to AP here in a 4-point game. So here comes Hempin. Dishes it forward to Hodges as the Falcons will slow down the tempo here. Get a good set play. Hodges gets it away to Thomas. Back up top to Rottinghouse.
Going to utilize Gavin
down
in the
to the post, and it's tapped out of bounds by Monticello. It'll stay with AP. The Falcon mascot has made an appearance here tonight.
The Falcon.
Freddie.
Frederigo.
And this is tapped out of bounds, and it'll stay with AP.
His knee really must be bothering him.
Yeah, he's hobbling around out there, Preston Reese.
Boy, he's a gamer, though. Guy's tougher than nails.
Inbounds to Hempin. Layup is good. Perfectly executed.
Yep. I don't think Reese is going to be able to go, John. They're going to have to get a sub for him. Feel bad for the guy.
40-34 is the Falcon lead. And it's
Turnover.
a steal by Hempin. 2-on-2 for the Falcons. Garrett races it down.
What a move!
Too strong.
Go.
No.
How did that not fall?
Oh, man. And here comes a three at the other side. Missed. Rebound tapped to Rottinghouse.
You got to push the pace because Reese can't go right now, John.
Here's Thomas into the lane. His shot is well off the mark. He went for the scoop. And Cooper's getting tripped up.
It is getting wild in here.
Into the front court comes Monticello. Dish back behind. Shimmy shake for Lambert. Kick out. Here's a three ball by Reese. No good. Rebound. Hempin.
Good rebound. You got to push.
Here comes Cooper Hoff.
Now let's get set and run an offense.
40-34 is the Falcon lead. Hodges, screen set by Rottinghouse. Will's got it at the free throw line, takes it down to the block left side, hesitates, rises up, and his layup is too strong.
Yep, guy hit the ball going up.
And now we got a timeout called by Monticello.
Monticello.
Full timeout, so we'll take it too. It's Appleton Parkersburg 40, Monticello 34. A minute 28 to go in the third quarter in this Substate final in Dyke.
Bayer Crop Science and the Iowa Foundation team are proud to sponsor the Falcons and our local producers. Contact the Bayer team in Parkersburg at 319-346-1800 for soybean seed production opportunities in Butler and Grundy counties for the 2023 growing season. Also visit career.bayer.us for career opportunities within Bayer.
Keep up to speed with Velocity Rewards Checking from Greenbelt Bank and Trust. Earn high interest with our best checking account rate available on balances up to $25,000. Receive your monthly statement electronically, use your debit card 10 times per month, and have one automatic payment or debit each cycle. Open your account today with Greenbelt Bank and Trust. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
A minute 28 to go in the third quarter. Appleton Parkersburg 40, Monticello 34. John Mowinkle, Brian Boozman with you here. Now remember, Martez Wigley is still in foul trouble here. He's got 3 right now. And he's played what, maybe 2.5, 3 minutes of the entire game?
I'd say 3 at the most. Yep.
Yeah. 88 seconds until the fourth quarter. And the crowd's getting into it now. Listen to this place. And now we got maybe some blood on the floor.
I'm not sure if it's blood or water.
Huh. Well, it's something. Now they got the towel out. Gonna hold off.
So every kid in this gym, I don't care if you're in 3rd grade all the way to being a senior, you want to be on that court and you want to get yourself there. This builds excitement for programs, John. This is an environment you can't duplicate anywhere in Iowa.
No doubt. Monticello with the basketball. They bounce it down to Reese in the paint. Hempen hits the floor. Shot is missed in the lane. And a foul on the rebound. It goes on AP. Falcon fans wanted an offensive foul there. And Hempen gets called for his
second foul.
All right.
He's got 15 points, leading the Falcons.
So it'll be free throws coming up for Monticello after all that. Coach Thomas getting an explanation from one of the officials.
Yeah, I think the question is, was he in the act of shooting? I don't know if he was or not. The officials are right down there, so they should know.
So it'll be Conley Shaw at the line for the Panthers. His first one's missed. So the Falcons are bringing in Tate Niemeyer. Or it's a new jersey for New. I was going to say.
And Nick Duroth is now number 23.
So he's got a headband as well.
Yeah, it's tape. I think he's got tape and pre-wrap trying to stop the blood.
Wow.
Yep, that's a gamer there.
That's, oh, looks like a headband.
So they went full court press, which is really interesting. And then Garrett,
he just throws it out of bounds.
I think he thought Kai was going to stay there.
5th turnover of the game for the Falcons.
It really caught us off guard with a full court man-to-man press.
A minute 8 to go, third quarter. Appleton Parkersburg 40, Monticello 35. Here inside the Dyke New Hartford High School gymnasium. Peterson dribbles it left, now throws it right to Reese. His 3 ball is missed off the rim. Offensive board goes to Peterson. Floaters in. It's a 1-possession game. Tate Peterson up to 6 points. Averages around 18, so he's being somewhat held in check here in this game. So here we go.
Gonna run the weave.
34 seconds left in the third. Hempen rumbles into the lane, back out to Neuroth. Hemmy's got it. Kick pass to Neuroth in the right wing. Dribbles it into the lane, spins, fake the shot, goes up with it.
Oh, yeah.
Off the backboard. What a shot by Nick Neuroth.
Guy comes out of the locker room and 30 seconds later he's making a shot.
14 seconds left in the third. The shot clock is off. Monticello will hold for the last shot of the period. Peterson has it, guarded by Hodges. He dribbles it right at the volleyball line. Now to the elbow, spins, kicks it out. 3 ball, here's the buzzer, no good. And that brings us to the fourth quarter. Appleton-Parkersburg leading Monticello 42-37. 8 more minutes to decide who's going to the state tournament.
We know this is more than a farm. It's your home. It's where you inspire the next generation to help feed the world. And Greenbelt Bank and Trust is proud to support all levels of the ag process. We believe in forming personal relationships because we believe Iowa farmers are needed now more than ever. Visit greenbeltbank.com and discover how we can help your operation reach the next level of financial success.
Fourth quarter in Dike. It's Appleton-Parkersburg 42, Monticello 37. It's a sea of red here in the shed. And this place is packed to the brim with people.
This place is going bananas, and it will be in about, I'd say, 4 minutes of clock time, about 10 or 15 minutes of actual time, but you'll see both sides on their feet in anticipation of what's going to happen going down the stretch. Here we go.
Monticello with the basketball as we start the fourth quarter. Here's Peterson across the timeline. Jack Lambert is back into the game as well for Monticello, as it was he and Neuroth that collided and caused both of them to get shaken up a little bit. Lambert has it, kicks it out to Reese, nearly lose it. He does lose it. Picked up by Thomas. Into the front court comes AP. Baseline drive, a spin by Hempen, and a travel is called. Hempen took a shot. He kind of just had to spin out of it, and they got him for the travel call. Almost like it was like a Patrick Mahomes type of pass, falling down toward the ground and still able to get it away.
Yep.
But here comes Peterson being guarded by Neuroth, draws off the defender, 3 ball is missed. Tap out of bounds to Monticello.
That was Jack Miller-ish. I mean, he was deep.
So the Panthers to inbound. From the baseline. Get it into the corner. Temple is back in the game. Down to the corner right side. It's Peterson. Terminates the dribble and bounces it down to the baseline to Reese. Spins on the block off Wigley, and he lays it in for 2.
Martez looked a little hesitant there as he didn't want to pick up his 4th foul. So, like I said, Monticello, they're going to have to go to Reese. Appleton-Parkersburg needs Hempen.
Garrett's got it right on the nose of the Wolverine logo. Thomas feeds to Martez in the wing right side. One arm pass over to Cooperhoff. Catch and shoot 3 ball. Rims out.
Boy, Cooper's just a smidge short.
Monticello has it. It's a 42-39 Falcon lead and a blocking foul called on Neuroth. Definitely some elbow extension by Peterson, but they say it was Neuroth who initiated the contact, so
the next time Appleton-Parkersburg gets the ball, look for Cooperhoff to be down in the corner by the bench, and they're going to run Garrett Hempen off a screen. If they pick him up, he's going to kick to Cooper for a 3. That's what's going to happen next.
Opening on the right side of the lane, Peterson runs in on Wigley, and it's back to Lambert. He's got it in the left corner. Back out to Lambert. Underneath, Temple. Hesitation. Layup is good. It's a 1-point game.
1-point ball game.
6:17 to go. 42-41 is the Falcon lead over Monticello here in the Substate game. Hoff hands it off to Thomas up top. Out to the corner. Neuroth. Bounces it now to Wigley in the paint. Spins. Looks for an opening. Hook shot missed. Rebound Monticello. Here comes Reese into the front court across the timeline. Down to under 6 minutes to go. Reese into the lane. Kicks it out to Temple. Reese with a 3-ball for the lead. It's good. He swished it.
Gamer's game.
The big man knocks down a 3, and Monticello leads it 44-42. Timeout called by AP. Here with 5:43 to go, and it's a 30, so we'll keep it right here. But what a start to this fourth quarter for Monticello, as Appleton Parkersburg has not scored yet in this fourth quarter. They were up 42-37, but a 7-0 run to start the period so far for the Panthers in this fourth quarter. And all of a sudden the Falcons are trailing here in this game. What a turn of events.
Yeah, coach went back to Kai Rottinghouse. It just didn't feel like Marquez was getting it done. I'm looking at Mr. Eilderts here. We have about 700 and some odd viewers, so if you 804 viewers tonight just on the YouTube channel, John.
Wow. Here we go. They bounce it into the backcourt to Hodges. They'll bring it across the timeline here. 44-42, Monticello with a lead out of the timeout. 5.5 minutes to play. Hodges down to the block left side. Out to Nura, fake the shot. Back up to Will, top of the key. Dribbles it right, now between the legs. Down left side of the lane to the rack. Yes. On his way up, and one. The Falcons can take the lead with a free throw. What a run to the bucket by Will Hodges.
Nice take. Really hard to stop him. I've seen him play all year, so I know he's going to end up on the left side, but if you haven't played against him, you assume he's going to go right. And next thing you know, he's blowing by you going to your right, his left.
And the free throw by Hodges is good. The Falcons lead it 45-44.
We're about a minute away from the whole place standing up, John.
Yep. 5:18 to play in the fourth quarter. A spin move, and here's a straight-on 3-ball. Too strong. Rebound tapped into the backcourt. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Monticello.
Yes.
That's AP ball. Oh, I think Preston Reese should have let it bounce.
I do too.
Got it.
I'm not sure what. Well.
5:07 to play. So Schaaf comes in. Oh, he was kind of going off in the first half anyway. So here's Hodges. Across the timeline here for AP. Working on a 45-44 lead. Hodges down to the block. Spins. And they kick it out. Monty crowd wanted to travel. Now it's Thomas with it in the wing left side.
They really shut down Garrett.
Into the lane. Here comes Thomas to the rack. Layup is no good. Rebound to Monticello. Falcons lead by 1.
Two great teams tonight, John. Two great teams.
Peterson into the front court. Dribbles it with a left hand. Now back to the right. Screen set up top by Reese. Here's a 3-ball for the lead. Missed by Schaaf. Rebound Hodges. What a board for Will. Push it down the floor. Here's Hemme. He beats everyone down.
Yeah!
And the foul. Garrett Hempel a shot at an and one. Points to the crowd. Pumps everyone up. 47-44.
Pushing the pace.
A shot at an and one to go up by 2 possessions here.
Yep. And I'm going to make a prediction that this will be in.
Your prediction is true, my man.
Going to have to get to 60 to win, John. 60 is the magic number.
Everyone's coming up to their feet now.
Here we go. 4 minutes. Everybody's on their seat, on their hands, just like I mentioned.
Out to the corner. Schaaf thought about the 3 in the left side. Lob it up, and it's chased down by the Panthers with Peterson. 4 minutes to go in regulation.
There's now there's about 40 people sitting down there on the Monticello side.
Out to the corner. Here's a 3-ball. It was tipped, I think. Offensive board for the Panthers. Hodges hits the floor.
Couldn't even hear the whistle.
Looks like they got a foul on AP with Hodges. It got him for the push. You're right. I heard no whistle there. That's how loud this place is.
Every mother here is chewing on their fingernails right now. I can't imagine being a parent of this. But
Monticello to inbound. 48-44 Falcons. They get it into the block with Lambert, and they bring it up top to Temple, back to Lambert in the left side wing. Now it's Reese at the elbow right side. Works it in on Rottinghouse. Spin shot, good, off the backboard.
Nice player. He's strong.
48-46 is the Falcon lead. 3.5 minutes to play. Now it's Hempen. Rumbles down into the lane. Tough shot, too strong. Rebound Monticello. Here comes Reese. Trying to take it all the way himself, and they kick it out. Lambert back outside. They bring it up top. Here's Peterson. Calls for a screen. Bounce it to Reese. Holds it overhead. Looks to throw a pass. Here comes a 3-ball for the lead.
Oh.
Rams out. It was missed by Lambert, but an offensive board for the Panthers.
My angle was that guy is shooting from long range, so they're up 49-48. 2 minutes.
Peterson does it. 49-48 Panthers. Out to the corner. Hempen with a 3 for the answer. 2 short. Rebound tapped. Foul on the rebound.
Rottinghouse. One thing you can't do as a team right now is it's a 1-point game. We've got to calm down, get good shots. What the key to the game right now, John, is you need to get 3 stops. It doesn't have to be in a row, but you need to get 3 stops at some point in time because they're going to have about 6 possessions left. You just need to get 3 stops, and we need to score. But he took Cooper's in. Cooper's going to hit a 3 down here in the corner.
All right. Let's hope so. 2:44 left in the Substate game. Monticello 49, Appleton-Parkersburg 48. And it's getting tense in here. Peterson backs it up on Newroth. It's a tip ball chased down by Peterson. Takes it into the lane. Layup is good.
He didn't get a stop for 0 for 1 on stops.
51-48 Monticello. Here come the Falcons. Down by 3.
If we don't score, Coach, you want to get a timeout. I think our kids are getting tired.
Here comes Thomas. Spins in the lane. Rises up.
Yeah!
And the foul. A chance to tie it for Gavin Thomas. Monticello keeps fouling on layup attempts.
And Gavin's put that into his repertoire this year of being able to kind of isolate himself down in the post. He's getting stronger. Freshman, sophomore year, he wasn't able to do that. He can do it now.
This for the tie. Takes a dribble, flicks the wrist, hits the free throw. We're tied up at 51.
We need 3 stops. We're 0 for 1.
51 all, 2:10 to play in the Substate game.
Everybody's on their feet. Can't duplicate this anywhere in Iowa.
Monticello with the ball. Here comes Peterson. Stops. Kicks it out. Reese. Fake the 3. Into the lane. Off defenders. No good, but the foul is called on AP. 2 free throws coming up for Preston Reese of Monticello.
Martez is coming in for Kai. I wouldn't be surprised if AP can score on the other end. I wouldn't be surprised if Coach snuck a press on him or doubled Reese to get the ball out of his hands. He can't beat us is what can happen.
He's a good free throw shooter for being a big man. Hit the first, and another one coming up right here, and it is good. Hits them both. And it's 53-51 Monticello. 1:52 left in the game. Here come the Falcons, trying to go back to state for the 2nd time in 3 years. Monticello looking for their 4th straight trip. Newroth down underneath.
Oh, yeah.
Layup is no good. It was in and out. Monticello the rebound.
Heck of a backdoor cut. You got to get a stop.
Now it's tipped in the backcourt by Hodges. Out of bounds, and it'll stay with Monticello. So now they got inbound.
Timeout Monticello, John.
Full timeout will take it as well. Monticello 53, Appleton-Parkersburg 51, 1:27 left.
From paints to socks, toys to tools, Parkersburg Hardware and Garden Center has it all. Parkersburg Hardware and Garden Center, voted the world's best small-town hardware. 504 Highway 57, Parkersburg. Open 8 to 6 Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 on Saturdays, and noon to 5 on Sundays.
Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate provides the service you expect. With over 50 years of experience, they are available to assist you with all your insurance and real estate needs. Campbell Mellema Insurance and Real Estate is your local agent, helping protect what's important to you.
A minute 27 left in regulation. Monticello leads Appleton Parkersburg 53-51 here in the Substate game in Dyke. And all the coaches are calling out signals from the sideline. Monticello has the ball.
Imperative to get a stop here, and they're going to try to go to Reese in the post.
Lambert has it in the wing left side, and they throw it up top to Peterson.
9 on the shot clock.
Still has it at the volleyball line. Screen set. Peterson down into the lane. Stops. Kicks back out. Reese a straight on 3. Good. And it's 56-51 Monticello with a minute left. Falcons down by 5. Here's Thomas up top.
Going to have to go here.
Hand off to Hemme up top. Nura spins. Gets it to Hempen. And a foul is called on Monticello.
And that's only their 6th team foul, so we're still not in the 1-and-1. That was a good foul for them.
So now Hodges to inbound from the baseline.
45, down 5.
Hodges to inbound. Looking. Gets it into Thomas.
You can still go for a 2. Put yourself in a position.
Thomas into the lane. Stops and
that's a good move. Timeout.
So we'll keep it here regardless if it's a full or a 30. And it is a 30. 40 seconds left and the Falcons down by 3. 56-53. And now the Falcons are in a situation where you only have 5 more seconds before there's no more shot clock. So you got to keep that in mind when it comes to, starting to foul and things of that nature.
So right now, we don't need to foul. We just need to get a stop and then put yourself in a position where you can get it tied.
But you got to think Monticello. They're just going to run clock here, right?
Well, they're going to try to run as much clock as they can. I'm sure that we're going to go with a press here, probably full court man. But what you don't want to do is you want to give a layup on the back end because you're so worried about everybody up front. So we got Jack Eddy at the half court line. He'd be your deep safety. Jack just needs to stay back.
So the inbound, they're in the corner with Peterson, still along the baseline. Falcons going for the trap in the backcourt. Now they throw it down the floor. Someone was wide open for a second and a timeout is called. Or was that a foul?
That was a foul.
Foul on AP.
On Jack Eddy.
So that puts Monticello at the free throw line for a 1-and-1.
We're going to try to extend this game as long as you can, give yourself a chance. So let's see. This young man's free throw percentage is 71.4%.
First end of the 1-and-1 is no good. Rebound goes to Thomas. Here come the Falcons down 3. 28 seconds left.
Just
Thomas
get a 2.
Up top.
Just get a 2.
Wiggly out to Newroth in the wing. Up to Thomas. Screen set. Now it's Martez. Now Thomas down to the baseline. It's lost and picked up by Monticello. And an immediate foul on AP. Gavin Thomas is pulling his hair out. Monticello picked it away along the baseline. And now they'll shoot free throws at the other end. Monticello will. And it's the same guy here with Carson Lambert. He missed the front end of the 1-and-1 just moments ago. And it'll be the same scenario here, a 1-and-1. That was the 9th Falcon foul, by the way. And this free throw is no good.
We just need to get a 2, John. Take it to the basket. Try to get a layup.
Here comes Thomas. Hands off to Hempen. Here comes a running three-pointer. Too strong. Rebound tapped out to Newroth. And it's ripped away by Monticello. There is no foul. Monticello runs down the floor, and they're going to state. 56-53.
I'm kind of speechless, John.
I am too, man.
2 years of heartbreak.
And for the second year in a row, the Falcons are denied a trip to the state tournament. Monticello wins it 56-53. No foul called at the end, and Monticello was able to run it out. And that was the game. We will take a timeout here on the Falcon Activities Network at 98.9 KQCR.